We are Victoria and Murray Sanderson. We have Mornington Rose Bed and Breakfast located in Stratford, Ontario, Canada, which is a world-renowned theatre town.
Wonderful. What sounds amazing. All right. Thank you very much, guys, for coming on this Zoom today. So just as a starters then, I want to know, in your own words, what your life and your business was like before you started working with us. Can you describe it in your own words?
I think the biggest thing was that we were doing far too much things that we could delegate. Things like laundry, housekeeping, making beds, all of that kind of thing, and we weren't spending as much time on the marketing end of things and keeping in touch with our guests as we should have.
And what was the result of that when you were doing all that?
We were really tired.
We didn't have enough time, really. Like, we couldn't spend the time, in contacting our guests or spending the time with the guests. By the time we got the rooms done up and all that kind of stuff, it was just too late. Everybody was gone to theater or dinner or whatever. So.
And then the new ones would be coming in at 4 o'clock. Our window,
and it would all start again, right?
It would all start again.
Like a treadmill.
So generally we were really very busy. Most of our clients were repeat guests, which was kind of nice because it was like a little captive audience, really, from middle of April, say, till the end of October. At that point, then, when theater closed, basically we were done.
Mm.
So our winter season was very, very scanty.
Mm.
So we were looking to add some extra nights during the off season.
So when you think back to when you started, you decided, right, we're gonna work with Yvonne and her team. What was the one thing, if you can remember, that prompted you to jump in?
I think for me, it was I had been following you for quite some time online, and thinking for probably 2 or 3 years, actually, that, oh, this is some great ideas, and let's do this, and let's follow along to some of the workshops that you had online, which I did. And then I thought, well, what am I just waiting for? And then you had offered the 15-minute chat at the end. So it was then we called you up and got more information about it and decided that we would just take the plunge. I was very impressed with the idea of earn more and work less. So, and you taught us some lovely strategies in order to do that, to have a successful business, but also have a life at the same time.
It's all, yeah. I mean, the business is one thing, but your life is really important, right?
Yes.
Yes, it
so
is.
That's great. So you were tired and you were exhausted and you wanted to find ways to do less work and just have a better life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So can you give me like the key takeaways that you got from working with us that have positively affected your business and your life and ongoing?
The one thing is contact. From the course we got really we started contacting our guests frequently. And to be quite honest, we got a few unsubscribes, but on the whole, we got very positive feedback from our guests. They really like to hear from us. And
what a surprise!
It's ongoing. Yes, it's ongoing. You think, and I know I've seen a lot of stuff on the internet and whatnot that a lot of people think it's too many emails, but most of we've said fairly frequently, and most of the time we got positive feedback, and very few unsubscribes. We got a few, but they're people that we didn't think probably would be coming back anyway.
Right.
So our regulars really enjoy keeping up with us and finding out what's going on and any offers that we have and that kind of thing.
I think too, as well, we've had people who have been coming here for a number of years and actually getting in touch with them. Particularly, we've had a swamp of people coming back and say, wow, it's really great to hear from you. Frankly, we'd forgotten you were there.
Right.
And we would love to come back to Stratford and stay at your place again. So, and that kind of has generated much more numbers of bookings, more clientele, and so on.
And
yeah, go on.
the second thing was we spend more time marketing and less time working. I mean, that was one of the biggest takeaways, that we should be spending a lot more time on the marketing end of things, and much less cleaning rooms and that kind of thing. And I think that was a really big takeaway for us.
It was a big learning curve because neither of us had really done anything in that way before. But learning your program enabled us to say, well, yes, we can do this. And then we, farm out the laundry, the gardening, and the cleaning, and so on. So it gives us time to focus on marketing, which of course brings the people in. It keeps you top of their list.
I remember back in the beginning when we first started to work with you, we did an offer for your past guests, right? And I think I remember, correct me if I'm wrong, but this was the first time that you'd ever really contacted your past guests with an offer.
That's right.
Yes,
and how do you remember how many bookings you brought in in just a few days?
I think we got more than 70 bookings within a very short time. It was phenomenal. It just blew us both away because the people that we hadn't seen or heard of for years, all of a sudden were coming back to us. So for that one sequence of emails that we sent out, to get 70 bookings, and that wasn't just a room night booking. That was like some were coming for 2 or 3 or 4 nights. So it's not 70 nights; it was 70 actual bookings. So we were blown away by the response that we got using your program.
Wonderful. Are there any particular results you'd like to share, either business or personal, that you think other people should know about?
Yeah, one of the parts of your program was to develop a free guide, which ours was what to do, what to see, where to go in Stratford. And we again recently sent that out to past, present, and future guests, and we got 70% opens, and about 25% actually clicked to open the free guide, which I thought was phenomenal.
It is.
It's just, I mean, it's way above some of the things on the internet that I've seen is 10, 15, 20% opens is great. And we got 70%. That was just phenomenal. And it's because we've been keeping in touch with these people.
It is definitely, because what you've done and what we teach in our philosophy is that you must build a community around you. And in that community, there are past, present, and future guests. And each one of those segments of your list, if you like, need messages in different ways. And so if you are able to nurture all 3 of those segments of your list, otherwise known as your database, then you can't fail, basically. It just keeps on giving.
Yeah, that's right. I certainly agree with that. I mean, that's proof right there with the number of bookings we had on that first email blast. And 2, being able to add features in the off season and have people come as well. Just because the theater is not open here doesn't mean that there aren't other things to do in Stratford. And of course that ties in with the free guide as well. So that you're focusing on what there is to do here, not just in the prime time, but in the off season as well. And again, it's the contact. It's being in touch with people frequently, which is the key, I think.
It is.
And there have been a few emails that have gone out. Victoria has written like almost newsletters kind of things that have tell people what's going on in a particular month. And again, very positive feedback from it, and a few bookings out of it as well. That people didn't know that was going on, and would wanted to come and see it.
Yeah, brilliant, fantastic. So if somebody's watching this right now and they're thinking to themselves, oh, I don't know, will this work for me? I don't know, sitting on the fence, hesitating, what would you say to them?
I would say jump in and go for it. Just because there are so many things that you teach and techniques that you show us that I had no idea that there was available, or all the ideas that you have that we can pick your brain on if you like, and you show us how to do all these things. It has made a tremendous impact on our marketing. Ideas that wouldn't even have entered our heads had it not been for you. So we're extremely pleased with it, and we certainly would highly recommend your program to anybody who's even remotely interested. I mean, call Yvonne right away first, and you talk to her first, because this is how we started out, and we certainly are so happy with the results that we've got because of it.
I think one of the biggest things to tell people is that it works. It really does work, and I think if you want to improve, what you're doing, this is a program that really does work. It will do it for you as long as you put in the work. It will do it.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, guys. Where can we find you? What's your web address?
We are at morningtonrose.com, and our email is info@morningtonrose.com.
Wonderful. And of course, you're all over the internet as well, right? On the on the
Yeah,
social media, right?
Oh yeah.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Murray and Victoria. It's my pleasure to have worked with you, and thank you very much for sharing your experience today.
Oh, it was our pleasure.
Our pleasure. You're quite welcome.
Thank you so much.